It's cold. Winter camping in amongst the Joshua trees. That's what we're doing. They're pretty cool. It's cold. Did I mention it's cold?
Hi, I'm Lise.
And I'm Raymond. And we're EarthRoaming Chronicles. We bought a motorhome in 2019 so that we could go adventuring all over North America. And we particularly bought a motorhome so that we could take our dog Lulu with us. Since then, we've added 2 more dogs, Rudy and Stella. And if you've been watching our channel, you'll have seen some of the adventures that we've been having with our 3 dogs. So in August 2024, we sold our motorhome and bought a used EarthRoamer so that we could go even further. We wanted to adventure a little bit past the regular campsites that the motorhome could accommodate, and so we wanted to get out into the middle of nowhere.
The motorhome just wouldn't go down a gravel road without shaking to death.
So in early November, we set off on a 4.5 month adventure to avoid the Vancouver, Pacific Northwest bad weather. And we wanted to eventually head out into the Southern California and Southern Arizona deserts. We saw so many wonderful beaches and stayed in some beautiful state parks. We were really in a hurry to get to the desert to start really testing the EarthRoamer and what it could do.
We're hoping that you'll please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which will keep us motivated to make more videos like this.
Please comment, let us know what you like.
Yes.
And what you would like to see more of.
Yep.
Through our motorhoming adventures and now through our EarthRoaming adventures, we've noticed that there are so many different ways to do this. Whether you're just traveling in your car and sleeping in it, to tenting, to towing a small trailer, or using an EarthRoamer, or to using huge motorhomes. However you like to do it, the idea is just to get yourself out there and experience the world. And hopefully as we share our experiences with you, it will also motivate you guys to get out there and enjoy.
Yeah. And remember, leave no trace and leave it better than you found it.
Yeah. Have fun. We are in Cape Disappointment State Park. It's hard to find boondocking spots in this area, but the state parks are all quite nice. Not free, but not bad. So we're staying at Fort Stevens State Park. It's actually pretty full for this time of year. It's November 6th. There's quite a few people here. People are having campfires. We don't have any wood, so we're not gonna have one, but we're nice and toasty and earthy. So we're now in Newport, Oregon, right on the coast. And we are stopping here to go to Nana's Irish pub based on our friend Bev's recommendation. So we're at Hobson State Park, just outside of Santa Barbara. I can't there, you're getting splashed. No. And then
our world stopped.
It stopped, literally. We broke down on a Friday afternoon. So we've spent the last 4 days at 805 diesel getting the EarthRoamer fixed. They were absolutely fantastic. They basically saved our lives. Could have been a trip-ending issue. We're very happy. We are hiking on Red Rock Canyon Trail in Calabasas, California. There's some really nice houses over there in the hills. We're doing this for the dogs because California is a bit challenging to find places for dogs to go. But this trail allows pets on leash, so it's good. Doing a little off-roading today.
Ooh, it's cold.
It's a little chilly.
Okay, so here we are in the middle of the desert somewhere in California, and we're just going to stop here for the night. Keep going tomorrow.
Not really sure how I feel about Ray handling an axe. Running the engine in the Earthy to charge the batteries so that we have enough batteries to last us. We didn't drive for very long today. The sun's pretty low in the sky, and so the some solar, but just to have a little extra to last us overnight. Home for tonight is in the Ocotillo State Park. We're in a recreation site. Beautiful day, 80 degrees today, 80 plus. Sun is low. Back in the desert. We're just leaving our site at the Ocotillo Wells recreation area, and as RVers, we're used to doing a walk around, and so I'm just doing a quick check to make sure that all the windows are closed, that the Jeep is hooked up properly, so we check to make sure it's rolling, the tires are rolling, and there are no issues, and that there is nothing left open before we head out. So we're staying at an RV resort in Oasis, California. This is the dog park, which is nice and big, but of course you can see and hear that it's right on the highway, so it's a pretty noisy place. We just come into RV parks periodically to do laundry and to get more water, and sometimes to dunk our gray tank. And of course the hookups at the sites, the water is not drinkable. So we can't even get water here. But we are doing laundry. Well, Ray is. I don't do laundry. He does. I cook and navigate. Just having a little fun with our cook partner stove. So we've got an Omnia. So I just made some cinnamon rolls, not from scratch, but you know, gotta start somewhere. And right now I'm using our little oven, our Coleman stove oven, to cook some chicken, bake some chicken in there. So we'll see how that goes. Ray's inside cleaning, and Lulu is out here with me. We didn't want to have a long drive day, so we needed some diesel, and we knew this casino gas station had number 2 diesel that we need for the EarthRoamer. And so we stopped here and then discovered that they actually have an RV park in behind the casino. It's $20 to stay here. They actually have picnic tables and little fire pits. It's not fancy, but for $20 it'll have to do. There's the Salton Sea right over there, and of course the highway is right there because it's a gas station. That's a travel center, so usually right on a highway. But it's actually not that bad because the RV site that we stayed at a few days ago was right on the highway, and it was really noisy, but it was right on the highway. This is actually a little bit further away, but it's, you know, it'll do. It's fine. Puppies would like some grass. There is the puppies. We're way up on a hill. There's nobody around us. Got very windy last night, and so I guess other people know. But you can hear in the background. Way down there is a vehicle wreck site. Let's see if we can. We're at the Springs at Borrego RV Resort and Golf Course. They have a really nice dog park. There's dry camping right here, and then way down there are all the RV sites. So it's a bit of a hike to get to the dog park, but it's one of the nicer ones I've seen in a resort. Yes, I'm just taking Lulu out for her morning business, and I've left Rudy and Stella behind. Isn't that the saddest thing you've ever seen? Look at them, they're so sad. Christmas Eve 2024, and we are in the middle of the desert again, except we've got some mountains around us, and we're at a state rec site in California. Christmas morning. Christmas dinner, pasta and Caesar salad. Our fridge does not have enough room for a turkey, and we're out in the middle of nowhere, and so there was no turkey for dinner today. Christmas in the EarthRoamer, December 25th, 2024. There's our Christmas tree in the corner. There's your little Christmas tree. So this is Mittry Lake, and apparently it's a very popular spot. It's New Year's Eve, and we know that people will have fireworks, and so we want to try and stay away from that because we have Lulu who does not like fireworks. A lot of dogs don't like fireworks, so we're going to see what we can find. It's a pretty beautiful drive up here though. It's Nice night. This is New Year's Eve, and we're just happy to be out here. Here's our camp spot for tonight. We are in the Mittry Lake area, and there's a ton of places for boondocking. We actually are sitting on the wrong side of our EarthRoamer. That's where we probably should have been, except that we pulled up and then realized it was a little bit too warm, and so we moved to this side. But it's super close, 25-minute drive from Yuma. Nice if you needed to go back and get supplies, just hop in the Jeep and go get what we need. And it's New Year's Eve, so we are going to have a nice charcuterie board tonight and celebrate the new year. Just sit and relax.
Just a quick walk through some of the mechanical systems of the EarthRoamer. Diesel exhaust fluid is the top one. 2 diesel fuel tanks, a 50-gallon and a 40-gallon, or 189 liter and 151 liter for my fellow Canadians. And there is a pump that pumps the fuel from the secondary tank back into the factory tank. Works pretty well. Airbag system, which makes it easy to level, raise the rig to go through water crossings, or drop the rig if you're going under a low bridge. Considering there is a satellite dish dome on the roof. I don't know if you can see it with the sun. It is obsolete. We don't use it anymore. We use Starlink. So this is where you plug in the power. They use a marine system. It's only 30 amp. Our previous motorhome had 50 amp, but 30 seems to be working fine with a roof full of solar and the DC to DC charging system. If you don't know what that is, that charges the batteries, the house batteries, and the truck batteries, obviously, off the alternator while you're driving. And there's a giant skylight up there. So what I really meant to show you was the some of the systems up front. Ford F550, basic Ford, I guess. Garmin GPS system. Otherwise, you know, 4-wheel drive, of course, so I can switch. I got a tablet here that I have connected to the computer in the rig. Easy Links. They wrote the software for the system, and now I can monitor all the temperatures in the rig on everything: water, turbo, oil, transmission, boost, every parameter you can think of. I can monitor it while I'm driving live wirelessly. The E level, that is the control for the airbags to raise and lower. There's 3 options there. When normal driving is level 2, but you can drop down to level 1. I think it drops it down 3 inches, I've forgotten exactly, to get into something low, tree branches, low bridge, or you can go to 3 if you want to go through a deep water crossing. And that other gauge there with the green screen is the control, or the monitor rather, for the 2 fuel tanks, and shows you what the level is on both tanks. Other than that, as I said, it's your basic Ford, probably very similar to a 350 in the cab area anyway.
So I've been trying for a while to find a path from where we're camped down to that lake, and I keep going down these little paths and they just seem to go nowhere and turn around and come back. It is a wildlife refuge, and so maybe that's intentional. It does look like there's some people out there on boats doing some fishing. It's a beautiful area, but we are not alone. There are other campers nearby. See some over there. I can see some over there, and apparently they have a cat. I've got little puppies with me, checking out the scenery. There's Earthy, looking beautiful. Here's the lake. Where we're camped, we can't see the lake. It's tucked in amongst a lot of that vegetation over there. It's pretty active. It's only about 25 minutes, 30 minutes from North Yuma. And so I think a lot of people come out here because it's so close. But everybody's been nice and friendly, and we're all having a good time. And we're camped far enough away from people that you really don't even realize that anybody else is around. beautiful day. It's January 1, 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. And that's where we are camped right now. Tucked in the vegetation. Still desert, but it's kind of nice to have a little bit more variety in what we have to look at. But we were enjoying our time here. Just hanging out. Oh, there's Ray and the dogs. Dogs playing in the desert. It's a little bit more challenging than dogs playing on the beach. They kick up a lot of dust, kind of like the ATVs that go by. So the winch is new, and so Ray is setting up the proper tension on the winch. So Ray is just gonna go out and help some people who are stuck in the sand. They're looking for somebody with a winch, and we've never actually used our equipment. We need to learn how, so hopefully Ray can help them out. We're brand new. Even though we have a winch there, but we're not gonna undo everything to use the EarthRoamer. That's mostly just if we need to get out of trouble. But the Jeep has a winch as well, and so Ray's gonna see if he can give him a hand. Hopefully it's not too big of a deal and he can come back. We were just back here doing some recording for our EarthRoamer that died episode. So today we're packing up to head to the Kofa National Wildlife Refuge area. We are in Yuma, Arizona. Looking forward to seeing you guys on the trails.
Getting closer to the mountains. We're going to have a spectacular camp spot tonight. We're at, can you see that? 1,358 feet. So we've gone up a few hundred feet. You lose 3 degrees per 1,000 feet, I think so. I'm not sure where Yuma starts though. I'll have to check that out first, but I don't think we're much higher than Yuma.
Outside, but here is our view from our window. If you can see that through all the pinstriping that we got yesterday. Actually, we think that was mostly dirt, so it should clean off. But it is a bit nerve-wracking. But look at those mountains. They're pretty cool. Spectacular view. Got back from an outing in the Jeep. Look at these two cuddling together. You might be feeling left out.
back to the turbocharger conversation?
No, when we were doing our shakedown, where we were just checking to see what the EarthRoamer could actually do, you put it in 4. There was one scene where you drove past, you put it in 4 low, and
We got chastised because of that.
we did not get chastised. We got one comment.
Well, our viewer,
Our viewer commented
our commenter, gave us a hard time.
about having to put it in 4 low.
Can't believe you put it in 4 low.
Actually, those puddles, they did not look as deep
Yeah.
on camera as they actually were. But what you said that now you're finding that you don't have to put it in 4 low as often.
Yeah, with that new turbocharger, there's so much more horsepower and torque that I can just power through rather significant climbs, even while still in 4 high. They do say, I mean, we've seen it on YouTube, is just put it in 4 low. It's easier in the transmission. Right?
Oh, is that what they say?
Yeah, it's easier, but you're going much more slowly while you're doing that, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
But when we were coming out here, there were those huge washes we had to go through up and down. They were pretty significant. And I was considering putting it in 4 low, but I just found I didn't need to. It just powered its way up. Whereas prior to the new turbo, as I drive into the ditch,
Don't do that.
it would really, you could hear the transmission working to get me up and over. You could feel the load more, I guess would be the better way of saying it. Whereas now with the new turbo, it just powers up everything, and there's just no need to put it in 4 low yet. I mean, we will use 4 low still at times, but in areas like that, I don't need it.
This used to be us. These are a bunch of Tiffins here. We're assuming they're all together. I don't know. But that's kind of what we used to have, Tiff and Phaeton, and we used to spend a lot of time in RV parks. And yes, we still do occasionally go to RV parks. Here we are. And mostly it's just for a day or two, and then we head back out there. This is actually a really nice resort. It's called Coachella Lakes RV Resort in Coachella. Here we are. And it is actually really beautiful here. The sites are huge. And it has a lot of green grass, which we've been missing because the desert, as we've discovered, does not have manicured lawns. What do you know? And so it's really nice to see the green get out of the dust for a little bit. So it's January 24th today, and we are in Indio, California, Coachella. Wouldn't it be nice to live somewhere permanently where you get flowers blooming in January? Definitely not happening at home. Ray's not impressed. We are camping in some BLM land just outside of Joshua Tree National Park. And it's 3:30, 3:45, so it's a little bit chilly and windy. So he's not happy.
Cold.
It's too cold. So we're camped in a campsite just outside of Joshua Tree National Park. And these are Joshua trees. It's the first time I've ever seen them, and I'm very excited because I've been wanting to see them for a really long time. It's cold. Winter camping in amongst the Joshua trees. That's what we're doing. They're pretty cool. It's cold. Did I mention it's cold? We have been traveling almost 3 months, and we finally got rain. When we finally do something a little bit touristy, and it's raining. That's a Joshua tree right there. Quite a big one, actually. So we're kind of stuck indoors, but that's okay. It's cold. We've been outdoors a lot. We woke up too. What is happening? We're supposed to be getting away from this stuff, and it followed us here, apparently. I didn't know that it would snow close to Joshua Tree. Decided to camp on some BLM land that's just outside of the Joshua Tree National Park, and it's actually pretty quiet here. We're a little bit further out along the road, and so there aren't as many people. You can see some people down there, but we've got this place pretty much to ourselves. It's nice, so we might just stay here for a couple days. So we just arrived at some BLM land, Saddle Mountain petroglyphs, somewhere around here. And this is going to be our home for the next few days, maybe. Either that or we're going to take off and go have a look at something else. Who knows? Doesn't really matter. We can do whatever. Ready to go. We're leaving this BLM spot, which doesn't have a great view the way I was just looking, but the mountains here are really quite gorgeous. And next we're headed in that direction to go to Quartzsite. See what that's like. pick up a few supplies, some water, hang out for a day or two. Not really our thing, but we'll go check it out, and then we'll head out from there. Yeah. Yeah.
Side by each.
Side by each. So we're at the truck camper rally, and we just happened to wander in to have a look, and we ran across another EarthRoamer, number 30, a 2006, and so we camped next to them.
Say Canada!
So we're just back in Ocotillo Wells on the north side, and if you come here on the weekends, it gets really busy. Last night we were up on that ridge up there, and there were a group of men camped right over there, right there, and they were setting off very noisy fireworks, and it freaked Lulu out. So it's Saturday morning. We're gonna head up a little further north and try some trails up there. Well, if you want ice cream, we can go for ice cream. So we just had lunch in this bistro in Idlewild, California. This cute little touristy town, kind of in the middle of nowhere in the mountains. It's gorgeous, super cute.
Oh, it's a big jump. Can you make that? Not too tight. Up. No, okay. That fix. Okay. Oh my goodness. There you go. There we go.
There's the mountains in the background. So today we went up the Santa Rosa Mountain Truck Trail. It's a reconnaissance mission to see if we could actually take the EarthRoamer up there and do some camping. Definitely not EarthRoamerable. Well, not for us anyway. It was tight. A little bit too tight.
If we get the EarthRoamer vinyl lined,
Then you would take it through here?
Yeah, that wouldn't matter.
Okay, well, we'd roll over, but we probably wouldn't die. Not there anyway. That's always good to know.
Pleasant thought, honey.
I don't feel like dying today. Definitely not EarthRoamable.
A bit tight, yeah.